Hi, this is Mike with Morgan Inspection Services. Almost everyone will experience sometime during their lifetime some kind of emergency at home, whether it's a fire, a flood, some kind of gas leak or something. And it's important that we not wait until we are in that emergency to figure out how to turn off the specific utility that's causing the emergency, whether it's water, electricity, or gas. So what I want to do is encourage you today to learn how to turn off each of your utilities and make sure that people in your home, your spouse, your older children, also know how to do this, because if you wait until you have the emergency, then it's really too late to go find a YouTube video and learn how to do this, because a lot of damage can be caused in the 5 minutes or so that it takes you to figure out where to go to turn off your water, gas, or your electricity. So let's start with the gas. If your home has gas, most often it'll be natural gas, and you'll have a gas meter that looks like one of these. I've got several pictures of gas meters. They all look pretty much the same. Now, if you're rural, you might have a propane tank. And let's start with the gas meter. So you go out to your gas meter and you'll find a valve that looks just like this. And you just need to turn that valve 90 degrees. You can use a crescent wrench, a pipe wrench. Now, I'm not actually going to turn it off because I don't want to relight my pilots. Now, if you're on propane, you find your propane tank, you open up the cover. Now I need to go around because I'm on the wrong side of this propane tank. And you'll have a valve, looks similar to this. You just turn it just like turning off a water faucet, and that shuts off the propane to your house. And that's all there is to turning off the gas, whether it's natural gas or propane. It's a pretty simple procedure, but you need to know where your propane tank is or where your gas meter is. Okay, now let's go to the electricity. You need to know where your electrical panel is. Some of them are on the exterior of the home. Some of them are in the garage. Some of them are in a clothes closet. So I've got several examples of electric panels in various locations. So you need to find the electric panel. And I've circled the main breaker on each of these so you know what you've got to do. And you just go to that panel and find the main breaker, and you just slide it to the off position. That's all there is to turning off the electrical power to the whole house. Now, if you don't have a main breaker, then you just need to go through and turn off all the breakers to your house. And you might need to do this in the event of a fire in the house, or if somebody's being shocked. It's important to know exactly where that electric panel is. Now, you obviously do not want to go back into a house to find the electric panel if there's a fire. But if it's something you can do safely, or if it's on the exterior of the house, shutting off that electricity can certainly minimize the effects of a fire and certainly save somebody's life if they're being shocked. Okay, now let's talk about turning off the water to your home. A lot of homes, especially if they're built within the last 20 years or so, will have a shut-off valve that's separate from the water meter, and I'm showing several examples of them here. And most of these valves can be operated by hand, but some of them you might need to use a wrench. One of them, this one here, is actually in a mobile home, and a lot of newer mobile homes have these in the laundry room. Now, if you don't have a main shut-off, find your water meter. These are examples of water meters, and the water meter typically will be either in the alley or up in the front yard near the street. And you just need to take the cover off, and then you'll have a valve that looks like this. It'll have a hole on each side. You just need to turn this 180 degrees and line those two holes up, and that will shut the water off to your house. Now, one thing I will tell you is many municipalities do not allow you to shut the water off using the valve at the water meter, because that valve belongs to the city and they can fine you for using that. But if I have an emergency in my house where a flood is occurring, where a toilet's overflowing and I can't stop it, or a water line is broken, I'd rather take my chances with the city fining me rather than not turning the water off. So that's basically how you shut off your utilities, from your gas to your electricity to the water. I hope this video has been helpful to you. I sure appreciate you watching, and I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel and like this video. Thanks again.